don't you go ahead and take it away and introduce us to our friend Dave.
Awesome. Yes, what an honor it is. Dave, somebody. Now, surprisingly, it's a funny story. He's also from India, but obviously we are from different parts of India. I didn't know where he is from. He came to US almost 30 years ago. Just like me, I came here almost 35 years ago. But anyway, met him in Chicago a few years ago. And instantaneously, I loved about Dave was his ability to connect with others, his humbleness, and he always was in the giving mode. He always would talk about what can I do? And later on, of course, I realized his authority. He is an authority in the world of printing. He has degrees. Before he moved from India to US 30 plus years ago, he headed a company, his own company, which did more than $50 million of business. So this guy is not a person who does not know how to create wealth. He was a plant manager here for one of the largest printing company before he decided to start his own company called DigiSlate. And the best part of Dave is what I like is he is always willing to do things for others, always giving. And thus his own business is thriving. COVID happened. Dave will tell you his own story, how he reinvented himself from printing giant to become a publisher also. So before further ado, it's a pleasure and honor to introduce my friend Dave. And each one of you must reach out to him and become his friend, because you will be enlightened by his story and his wisdom. Dave, you have it, my friend. The floor is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ginny and Judy, for having me in your show this morning. And I see such a profound and knowledgeable people in this group right now. And I'm not sure what I'm going to talk, which they do not know. But since you have asked me to, I certainly want to talk. And to chime with what Judy said, time. There is two things in life. If it's gone, we are not going to get back. Number one is time. If the time is gone, we are not going to regain it back. And number two, if we forget to breathe, we are not going to get our life back. So these are the two things in life. Once it's gone, it's gone. And also, I would like to chime on what Ashok mentioned. He said, I am a criminal. And he gave a pause and he said, attorney. And this cues me into a joke. There was a judgment that was supposed to be given, and the judge writes, he puts a comma in the wrong place. It says, hang him, not kill him. So he says, hang him not, and then puts a comma after the not. So a person who is not supposed to be hanged gets hanged. So there's just a side note, a joke that I wanted to say. Yeah, definitely network is something very, very important. And these days, all of us are doing business from home. And as like Rob mentioned, what he does and how he does and all this, this is fantastic. The best way to do is more network is more net worth. So it's always better to know more people than less people. Certainly, we don't lose anything by giving to others. As Ginny mentioned that her neighbor was quarreling, and then when she went, she was able to take the idea, the quarrel sound away, and they were all able to listen to what she had to say, or the attention kind of diluted, which is a wonderful thing to do. And Adele, you did mention that, is it okay to continue smiling at people? Absolutely, yes. Never lose smile. One thing we should never lose from our face is smile. And even if a person doesn't want to talk to us or go the other way around, the moment they see the smile on the face, they will be drawn towards you and they will come and talk to you. Maybe they might ignore you once, twice, third time, automatically they will come to you. So let us not lose that smile from the face. Yeah, 30 years ago, I came to this country to receive my international award. I was the first South Indian agency to have won 2 international awards. And I don't know, maybe I call it as a blessing in disguise, or maybe I've been destined to be here. So I came here, I started helping a printing company setting up their pre-press. From ground up, I was able to set up for them. And here, I always looked at the benefit of the people working in the bottom of the totem pole, because I shouldn't mention this, but I certainly will do this. In corporate America, people are not worried about the people in the bottom of the totem pole who make money for the company. It's those top brasses. They are the only guys, whether they sit idle, do nothing, roll their thumb, they make the money, but not the people who really work or slog the day in and day out. And which is a very sad thing in the happening in this country, not only here, everywhere in the world. People should change the mindset. If only we can motivate the people who are down the totem pole. If they are motivated, the amount of stuff they'll do for the company, for not only for themselves and the company, will be amazing. And I would like to point out a story which happened when I was a plant manager for a large printing company. One pressman, he was working on the project and he was totally, there was an issue and he was just throwing his hands up in the air, and then he walked into my office. And I always had an open door policy. The only reason why I kept the door closed is to avoid the noise. So when I'm in my office, I don't wear the earplug. When I get into the press room, I wear the earplug. So I kept the room closed. He knocks and walks in, and then he was trying to say something. I knew he was totally disturbed. I said, Vito, come on, take your seat. And he was only talking about his issue. I said, don't worry about that. As a plant manager, if the production doesn't happen, you're not going to be blamed or questioned. It's me. I will take care of it. Come on, take your seat. And I always have iced tea in my refrigerator. I poured him a cup and I took a cup, and he still wanted to talk about this. No, don't worry, just have your tea first. So he took a sip and I took a sip. We finished the tea. I gathered the glasses, put it in the trash. Yes, Vito, what is the problem? Come on, let me know. You know what he said? Oh, Dave, I think I know. He walked out, he finished the job. So all that I had to do was, he was totally tunnel visioned into something. He did not have a wide perspective. All I did was I brought him, made him compose himself, and he was able to identify what the problem was, and he did it. When he can do it, anybody can do, because that is how we need to look at the problems. So step behind, get a bigger picture, we'll be able to do it. So that is one aspect. And as a plant manager, I should definitely say I was the only brown guy in the company. And under me, I had about 95 people working. It only took a week, not even a week, for me to get everybody's attention to what I had to say. And this all because I was not trying to be bossy at all. First thing we need to do is we should treat them as how we would like to be treated. That is exactly the best approach there is. You go to them, if they come to you, you ask them the question that they would like to ask you. Automatically, they will get the answers. So this way, you're making them feel very proud. Hey, I was able to answer my question. And even if they didn't know, we have to tell it in such a way that they found it themselves. So basically, we boost the morale of the employees. And these are all the small things that I did. And at my office in India, I had a little 100 people working for me. And when I came to this country, I had to close 3 of my branch offices. One of them I gave it to my cousin brother. Not even one person had to look for a job. I found placements for all of them before I came to this country. Because it is none of their fault. I'm closing the company, it's because I'm coming here. So that being the case, it was my responsibility to take care of them. So at any given time when I go to visit India, the moment the people know that I'm visiting, they'll come and see me. And that is the stuff of thing that we should gain. And by giving, we don't lose anything. We have everything to gain. So that said, I would say, keep giving. Things will happen the right time when it is supposed to happen. And as I always say, network is net worth. So this is my small message. Thank you.
Awesome, Dave. Awesome, awesome, awesome.